Obviously, exciting win, man. Very proud of our football team to come on the road and respond. You know, we went into the game double-digit underdogs. Proud of the fight, proud of the resiliency of this football team. Got started with a bang there. Obviously, they had 14 points there in the first quarter, and then obviously after that, our defense was unbelievable, getting after the quarterback, causing turnovers. He hadn't had a turnover, all year long, hadn't thrown an interception. Our guys up front, I don't know what the sack total, I don't know how many hits on the quarterback, but just proud of our guys just for the effort, man, and to finish them off the way that we did.
All right, we'll start off with questions from Ian.
I think it's on mute, or
Yeah.
he might be on mute or something.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Awesome. Can you kind of talk about this team with their backs against the wall? This team is no stranger to adversity. Start the season 1-3, and now you've won 2 straight.
I love what we're made of. Obviously, we've been through a lot together as a team, as a program, but I love the makeup of our football team. Obviously, when our back's against the wall, you find out a lot about the character of the football team. You find out a lot about the mental toughness of our football team. And just, it's great effort, man. We hadn't won here in Kalamazoo since 2013. So come on the road. Great opponent. The last 3 contests we've had with Western Michigan have been just one score games, been a dog fight. It was great to come on the road like we did today and just really put it away in the second half. And every time our defense had a chance to go back out there and just keep getting after them we just kept getting it done, and just proud of our football team.
And yeah, you mentioned the second half. I mean, what did you see from the team, especially in the fourth quarter? I mean, you guys scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth.
A refuse to lose attitude. We talked about that. Obviously, if you get to that mindset, that's a very confident mindset. You can reflect on the time when you were a kid, or maybe you were playing a pickup basketball game and you made that decision that you're not scoring on me anymore. I'm not going to lose. We've all been challenged like that way, where you got to dig deep and just really the credit goes to the players. Credit goes to the players. They were ready to go. They took it personal. And obviously, we got great leadership from a player standpoint on this football team. And it was good to hear those guys in the locker room before the game. It was good to hear those guys in the locker room at halftime.
Okay, we'll move over to Robbie.
I guess from a defensive standpoint, obviously, you guys are coming against a Western Michigan team that didn't turn the ball over a lot. And you guys had 4 turnovers that led to 28 points. I mean, what does that effort just say about what this defense is kind of capable of being able to execute at that high of a level?
Championship defense with a tremendous swagger. They believe in each other. Coach Stockton is a very passionate, unbelievable motivator, great leader. The whole defensive staff does a great job putting the game plan together every week to go from playing a team like Army and the game plan that had to be put together, that was necessary to go against a team like Army, and then shift to a completely different style of offense that is RPO, makes you defend the whole field. It's a totally different challenge. And to have the guys ready to play in 1 week against a team that, obviously had won 4 in a row, a lot of people were picking all those things. Just a credit to our defense, credit to our players for just being bought in, working hard all week long in practice, perfecting their assignment, taking it over the football field, and delivering. And obviously, a lot of people don't believe in us. We're good with that. I believe in our football team. I believe in us, and I wouldn't want to go to battle or war with anybody else.
Yeah, and then you mentioned, I mean, the past couple of times against Western has kind of been a battle, but when Brett Anderson runs in that scoop and score, and you look up at the scoreboard and you see 45-20, I mean, what's kind of going through your head at that moment? Saw you were kind of pumped up on the sideline.
I'm pumped. I love coaching the game of football. I love going to war with these guys, and it was great to see our guys in a moment like that when you had a chance to deliver a knockout blow. We delivered a knockout blow, and to see us score, take it in the end zone. I know how hard our guys work. Turnovers sometimes come in bunches, and nobody works harder than our group of guys do in practice. Nobody believes more than we do. It's Ball State against the world. We're good with that. We wouldn't want it to be any other way, and we're going to enjoy this one tonight on the bus ride back home.
And then I guess the last thing for me, starting off the way you guys did and playing the way you have the past 2 weeks, I mean, was there kind of getting a chip back on your shoulder in a sense, that people started doubting you guys again?
Somebody challenges us, somebody doubts us, you find out a lot about your team. And I think what you've seen the last 2 weeks is the makeup of our football team, the mental toughness of our football team. We tune out the noise. We focus on us. We focus on the task at hand. We go out and we play football the way we're capable of playing football. And it's a mindset, it's a mentality. I love our team and just proud. We're going to enjoy this win tonight on the bus ride back home.
Thanks, Coach.
One more question from Daniel from the Daily News.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. The offense found its rhythm against Western tonight after a relatively slow start to the season. Is there anything you can attribute that change to?
Credit the guys for building off last week's performance. We did a lot of positive things in the game last week. We knew we were facing a similar style of team that likes to possess the football. Our guys knew that, when we have opportunity to make plays, we got to make them. Drew delivered some huge throws. All those guys between obviously starting the opening play of the game with Jalen McGoy, obviously Yo Hines, obviously Justin Hall, obviously Jay Sean, all those guys had opportunities to make plays. And I think we're just continuing to build on what we did last week. Guys, take it personal. Obviously, a lot of people say right now that we can't throw the ball. So I love being challenged. Our guys love being challenged. And obviously, credit goes to the players for going out and delivering and tuning out the noise.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe your feelings on the connection between Drew Plitt and Johannes Tyler tonight?
Just proud of them. Obviously, it's always been there. Obviously, people are making a lot out of the way this season started. Sluggish start. Say what you want, say what you will, but those guys are ultimate competitors. They just keep working every day in practice. They know that the opportunities will present themselves, and those guys will make the plays. And so it's great to see those two guys connect. Drew connected with not just those two guys. Obviously, Kurt connected on a huge throw. We felt strongly about our matchup with our wide receiver group against the secondary from Western Michigan. We felt very strongly about that. The guys up front did a good job of blocking and doing their part. And then guys made plays down the field. Drew made throws down the field. It was good to see for the guys.
And one last question. Speaking of Drew Plitt, he had his best statistical night of the season so far. What can he and this Cardinal offense do to continue their form in the future?
Just got to keep working. We'll enjoy the bus ride back here. We'll be on to the next opponent tomorrow. We just got to keep building, keep working hard, keep stacking days, keep making sure we put it out there on the practice field and keep building our confidence.
Thank you, Coach, and enjoy that bus ride back after this.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll start with Robbie from the Star Press.
Hey, Drew. I guess, the last couple of times you guys have played Western Michigan, it's been kind of characterized as a dogfight and whatnot. When you see that defense score there at the end and you look up and it's 45-20, what's kind of going through your head in that moment?
No, that was great. Defense played a heck of a game. Excuse me. That's for sure. It was definitely a dogfight. The first half, 17-17. We got together halftime. Told ourselves, we weren't going to lose this game, and that's just what happens when all of us come together and do something special.
Yeah, you guys have seemed kind of like a different team these past 2 weeks as opposed to the first 3 or 4, whatever it was. What's changed in the locker room?
Yeah, we just got our swagger back. That's all it is. It's just a different feeling right now, and that swagger is just back. Like it was last year.
What did it take to kind of get that back for you guys?
I think that first play last week that Justin had returning that kick, it was just a confidence boost. It was something we've been looking for. Something that it just takes one play, something big like that, one big play like that just brings it all back and gives us that boost of confidence, and we just running with it right now.
Yeah, and then the last one for me, you talk about that play last week, but obviously today, you open up with the 75-yard touchdown pass. Is that intentional? Is that like a focus at the offense? We want to come out and score one play.
Oh yeah, we not necessarily one play, but we knew we were going to take shots. All week in practice, we were taking shots. We knew we could run the ball or push the ball down the field in the air. I read something that said we couldn't throw the ball. We didn't have a deep threat, and I think we proved that wrong this week.
Thanks.
Moving over to Ian from the Daily News.
Yeah, can you kind of talk about the team's ability with their back against the wall? I mean, you saw it last year, now this year, start 1-3, and now you come out, win 2 in a row against 2 good teams.
Yeah, I mean, like that's just the team we are. Whether it's the underdog mentality or just being against the wall. And the only thing we're able to do and we know is to fight. We're talking about the fight or flight. We're the fighters. So we're gonna come out every day and we're gonna fight for that win. And really, I think it started off with a little player meeting and getting together as a team and kind of establishing, understanding where we were at, and the only place we could go is up. And that's about it. So we're fighting every day, and we got to keep stacking days, as Coach says, and one at a time.
And last week, I mean, you said you guys think you're going to win out. I mean, Coach just recently said that it's a refuse to lose mindset. I mean, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mindset. That's all it really is. You can really, like they say, you can do anything you put your mind to. I mean, that's what this team believes right now. We go out every day and we believe we're gonna win that day and we're gonna win that game. Whatever it is, win that play. So for us, it's a no lose situation. Nobody expects us to win as an underdog. So going out and fighting, playing to win, and refusing to lose, and that's really all it is.
Thank you.
All right. Moving over to Daniel from the Daily News.
Hey, Drew, the offense really found its rhythm tonight against Western after what was a really slow start to the season. Is there anything specific you attribute this to in the locker room?
I just think that confidence boost that we had last week, coming out, I felt really good this week. I think everybody else felt really good, just the pass game and just starting in our offense and, all 3 phases of the team. I mean, we're just clicking on all cylinders and we feel really good. So we're really excited.
How would you describe your connection with Johannes Taylor and your other wide receivers tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Johannes is a heck of a player. He's a big dude. And, we got something special. I have something special with all of them. They're, one of the best receiving cores in the nation. I truly believe that. They can go up against anybody. And I love each and every one of them. I trust them.
You had your best statistical night of the season so far. What can you and the Cardinal offense do to build off this in the future?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we're a team that's capable of doing something like this. I think we can, build upon this. We really hit our stride today. In the past game, starting with that first one, and just continuing all the way through the end of the game. Felt really good all around. I think we just had a great week of practice that turned into a great game.
Thank you.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Drew.
Appreciate it.
We'll start with Ian from the Daily News.
Yeah, I mean, once again, this team responds to adversity and, plays well with their back against the wall. I mean, can you kind of elaborate on that, especially in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talk about the resiliency of this team, kind of the things we've been through, and those things don't go unnoticed. We got a lot of experience on this team. A lot of guys that's played a lot of football. With that being said, for moments like this and games like this, where we're the underdog, and we kind of started the season to a slow start. And I mean, there's still more work to be done, but nobody blinked. The coaches didn't blink, the players didn't blink. We just stayed true to our process and got back to work every week. And so that's what we're going to continue to do. But I think it just speaks to the experience, the resiliency, and the toughness of the guys on this team due to our past experiences in 2017, 2018, and 2019. So it was just a great collective win as a team. And I'm proud of the guys and how we competed today.
And then, Coach Neu talked about the refuse to lose mindset. Last week, Drew Plitt said, the expectation is to win out now. I mean, can you kind of talk about that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Coach Neu, he kind of brought that about last week when we played Army. And, I feel like it just made sense to everybody on the team. Everybody can resonate with what he was referring to, and everyone kind of making a decision in any aspect of life. I'm not failing this test. I'm not getting beat on this rep. Everyone's been there and everyone's felt that moment, and it's a great feeling because I'm a firm believer when you truly decide that you're going to do something and you put your mind to it, it's going to happen. There's nothing that can stop you. And so I think that's what we've kind of bought into as a team here in the past couple of weeks, and we're going to keep keep buying into it and keep having that mentality going into these games.
Thank you.
Go to Robbie from the Star Press.
I guess for starters, looks like it took a while to hunt you down. What's the post-game locker room like just after a win like this?
It's crazy. It's hard to come to any away game. You're in a hostile environment. The majority of the people there don't want you to win, but I think the most important thing as a team is you got to kind of embrace that. You got to like it, and you got to enjoy, being on the dark side. I would say, and everyone understands that we haven't won here in a very long time, 2012, 2013, something like that. Nobody on our team has won here, so we kind of took that personal during the week, and we wanted to make a point that we could come in here and get a win. And so, it felt good to get that accomplished. But after the game, the locker room was super lively. Coach Neu, he always comes in with a lot of energy, and it just feels good to win. Simple as that. It feels great to win. It's a lot of work that's put into the end during the week. A lot of sacrifices from everybody. When it all comes together to get a win on Saturday, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, and defensively, I mean, you guys forced 4 turnovers against a team that I think had 2 turnovers coming into today. I guess when Brett's running in that fumble there at the end to put you guys up 45-20, I mean, what's kind of going through your head after, I mean, if you see the scoreboard and thinking back to all the close games you've had with Western over the years?
Great feeling. I mean, me and Brett, we go way back. Brett was somebody in my class I knew in high school. The coach that was recruiting us in high school, he kind of linked us together, and we were communicating through social media, seeing who was leaning where, and where you thinking about going, and we came in together as both true freshmen that had to play. We both played safety, so me and Brett are as tight as ever, and to see him get the scoop and score is huge. I couldn't be more happy for a guy that I've seen put in the work, seen make the sacrifices. He's kind of had to deal with the ebbs and flows of being a college football player through his 4 years, but I was always confident in the player that Brett was. I knew what he was about as soon as we came in my freshman year, and he's capable of making those plays every game. And so, for me, I was just excited seeing him run in. I kind of knew that was the nail in the coffin, and it was just a great feeling, as a whole defense to get another turnover.
Yeah. And then I guess the last thing for me, I mean, you've talked about the past couple weeks about staying the course. And even when you guys were 1-3, I mean, you stayed the course and now you guys are back even at 500, get a big MAC win today. I guess, I mean, has there been a different mindset these past 2 weeks when you guys kind of had your back up against the wall there after the first 4 weeks?
I think leaders just have to be leaders, in all phases, special teams, offense, defense. We had to hold guys accountable, and, we had to make it clear cut that, the standard is the standard here. And that's to win games. We've proven to ourselves that we can do it before. So, there's no magic pill. We're the only ones in this facility that can change this thing around. And so, I feel like once everybody bought into that and understood, what was at stake and what we needed to do, it was smooth sailing from there. There's still more work to be done. And, back to the grind come tomorrow.
Sure. Thanks.
Head over to Daniel from the Daily News.
Hey there. Ball State looked good in all 3 stages of the game tonight. What can you attribute your all-around team success to tonight?
It's just a complete buy-in from everybody. And it's the coaches too. Coach Stockton had a great plan coming into the game. The offense for the second straight week have scored on the first play from scrimmage. And Coach Doherty, we had a block punt. Nate, I feel like, is the best punter in our conference. He booted a lot of balls. And so, it's hand in hand. The coaches, they're super bought in every week. You see them in the facility upstairs, grinding, trying to get the game plan together. And the players, we're just buying in, trusting our coaches and knowing that they're going to put us in the best position possible and, putting it all together on Saturday. So, like I said, it's a collective unit, the coaches and the players. And, then when it's game day, it's just time to do what we've been doing all week.
Yeah, the defense had 4 turnovers tonight. It looked like every time you guys lined up, you could get a turnover. How do you describe this veteran synergy on the Cardinals defense?
It's a great feeling, it's a great feeling to look around and know that there's guys everywhere that can make plays. You know, sorry, Clayton Cole, he's over here looking at me through the mirror or the window. But yeah, it's a great feeling knowing that there's guys all around you that are a big play waiting to happen. It's just a matter of everybody just doing their job. That's the biggest thing. Everyone, if you lock in and do your job, good things are going to happen. So, you know, it's not like I said, it's nothing special. It's just a matter of us executing on defense. And when there's a play to be made, make the play. You know, when you're one-on-one, and it's just got to be a complete buy-in across the board. And that's what we've been able to do here lately.
Yep. And my last one, we all know how tough the MAC conference can be. What can Ball State do to keep their competitive edge in the weeks to come?
You know, I'm a firm believer that you gotta feel winning and then let that drive you and build that hunger. For me, winning has never made me complacent. It's just made me hungry to get that feeling again. What we just did in the locker room and, you know, how good that felt is unmatched. And if we truly want that again, we'll do what's necessary week in and week out to get that result. But for me, it's never been you know, I'm full now. We've won a MAC championship here, so there's no reason to feel fat and happy about us being 1-1 in the MAC. So for me, it's just about knowing the feeling of getting that win, knowing the feeling of winning, and chasing that week in and week out.